Cuba, it's me! Welcome to episode 155 of the W.I.L.L.I.W show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now today I wanted to talk about the whole SummerSlam weekend. On Saturday we had the NXT Takeover thing in Brooklyn, and on Sunday we had SummerSlam in Brooklyn. So I'm just going to tell you what I thought about what I remember, and let's go from there. Most people watched it, so don't watch it if you don't want any spoilers. Just putting that out there. But anyway, so I watched the Takeover, and I have to say, I'm not really that invested in a lot of the performers. There's some I don't really even know. I don't really watch NXT, but I love to watch the Takeover specials. And the ones that I do know, I'm not like extremely invested in them, but I found all the matches to be very good. The first one was really good. It just seems like on the Takeovers, they give them so much time that they do too much stuff. It's just like too much sometimes for me. Like they're just keep kicking out of things, and it's just like, oh my god, like no one would kick out of that. But as far as the way they work, and as far as how talented they are, and how athletic they are, and how they make everything look so good, man, I was blown away. So the first match with Mr. Wrestling, Johnny Wrestling against that Cien Almas guy, I really liked it. Thought it was really good. I was really glad that Andre guy won for once, because I just didn't expect him to, especially in the first match. I thought the good guy would win to get the crowd hyped. And so yeah, I mean the finish wasn't that great. I mean, but it worked. It works. I guess he's got the new manager. But the match was really good. And then the second one was a tag team match. This was probably my favorite match. I didn't expect it to be that good. And it was just really well how they incorporated everyone into it, and I was really shocked that Sanity won it. I just expected the big guys to keep steamrolling everybody for another year or so, but to me that was actually probably the best match on the card. They were all very good. Then there was the Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. I mean, they really beat the heck out of each other with some of those kicks. Some of it didn't seem as it seemed almost too much, but I mean, I like this Hideo guy as a heel. To me, he can't be a face. They can't make him a face based on his reputation of being such a good wrestler. He should be a really good heel. It reminds me of when Neville went heel. He's just much more legit and credible like that. And I'm not surprised the other guy won. Actually, but I the whole time I had no idea who was gonna win. But the other guy, the Aleister guy, is new, and this is like his second takeover. So it was well done, and I liked the finish. It was just a good, clean knockout blow. That was awesome. The women's match, I was really hoping Asuka would keep it. Like I do want Asuka to eventually join the main roster and stuff, but she has this streak. Like, why change it up? Why mess with a good thing? And I really enjoyed this match as well. It's probably my second favorite, and so like it was really well done. I was actually really shocked that it ended just the way it did, but it was also good. It was just boom, another finisher. And then the last match, it was very well done. They paced it really good, but I mean, after seeing so many moves in the first four matches, like what was left for them to do anyway? But they did a good job. They did what they could. I mean, how do you follow those other matches? But I really wanted Bobby Roode to win, and he didn't. So I just hope this means he's getting the push. Drew McIntyre doesn't seem like a champion to me. He's a very good wrestler, but like Bobby Roode has a glorious entrance, and he like really looks like somebody. And then here comes this guy, Drew McIntyre, and he's he looks way bigger than Bobby Roode, but he needs like a manager or something. But I was really surprised that he won. And then, so I mean, I hope this means that Bobby Roode will go to the main roster, but then the three guys that came, now I admit I've heard of them. I don't know of them very much, but I mean everybody talks about them all the time. But to me it wasn't that great a surprise, but I mean I guess to a lot of people it was a big thing. But these guys look so small, and like I hope they are going to make a good impression on NXT and everything like that, and I realized they needed some surprise, but it didn't do it for me. But I'm glad that the show went well, and that these surprises were huge to a lot of other people that follow some other promotions more than I do. I just don't have time. but they didn't seem like they were main event guys. They seemed really small and like. But I mean, everybody will tell me that I'm wrong, so I'll just go with that I'm being wrong. But to me, it just wasn't a big thing. It was already a big enough shock to me that Bobby Roode lost the title. But anyway, so then there was SummerSlam. I did not watch the pre-show, so I can't comment on. I believe the Miz was in a 6-man match, and the Usos wrestled New Day, and the Cruiserweight. I didn't catch any of that. What was the first match then? It was something with SmackDown, right? Oh, it was John Cena. John Cena, Baron Corbin. I thought it was a good look to have Corbin go against Cena. I thought there'd be some kind of shenanigans pulled. I wasn't expecting Cena to just win like that, just like to get really beat up and at the end just hit the AA. But I mean, it makes sense and it's good. They need to wait on Corbin and build him up a bit. But I was fine with that match and nothing out of the place. And then I believe it was a SmackDown Women's title. I thought they worked really hard. Like Naomi did my blockbuster to the floor, and like they really went all out and everything like that. I did not expect Natalya to win. I'm really happy she did win. I was surprised that she won so clean, but this was a really good solid match. Nothing I didn't like in this one. And then it was the Big Cass, Enzo, Big Show thing. Man, I mean, I like Enzo's promos normally. It wasn't that great. I liked all the hip hop references, like where Brooklyn at, Biggie, and the Jay-Z thing, and all that stuff. I liked that, but I think it's just wearing off on me. It's just the same thing every time, and it was just a bit too long, and he's not even wrestling in the match. Why is he getting this huge promo? And then the match to me was very boring, especially with the Big Show couldn't use his right hand. And then I was shocked when he slipped out of the cage, and I'm like, there's going to be something crazy out of this. Like, they could do something really cool. And then he just, like, fell down and got the big boot. So that match, it was to be expected. I didn't expect it to be great. It wasn't great. It furthered the story. It put Big Cass over. Makes sense. So then, what was next? I'm trying to think. Let's just go into the Raw Women's Championship. Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss. I'm very surprised they took the title off Alexa Bliss, as she seems to be real money right now, and it was a good match. I expect Bliss to get the title back, like, on the next pay-per-view, or possibly even tonight on Raw, or like Sasha was selling the shoulder. I think that maybe she'll just be injured and they'll strip the title off her or something like that. But to me, Alexa Bliss is the money with the title, and having everybody else chase it is better. But at the same time, if Bayley's injured, and Sasha, who else do you have as a face to buy against her unless Nia Jax goes face? But I was happy with this match. Both the women's matches were good. I mean, I shouldn't compare just the women's matches, but to me they were pretty even. They were both really good, and not one stood out to me. I think the Sasha one, it seemed in my head, got more time than the other one. And then there was the Randy Orton thing, and I was not looking forward to this match, and I was just like, oh, this is filler, and I'm glad they did it the way they did it. They can't have all the matches be 20 minutes. It was so great and so well done. That was perfect. I mean, people wanted to see Randy Orton for his entrance and for the RKO, and that was perfect. That's exactly what I like. A lot of people will probably criticize that, poor Rusev and everything like that, but it's a moment. He created a moment, and he knows business, so like that's a good way to go. And then what else am I missing here? The U.S. title match. So Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, and man, I thought this was really well done. These guys have been working each other for like the last year straight, and throwing McMahon in there, I thought there would be a little bit more. I wasn't sure what they were gonna do, and I always sit there and try and come up with ideas myself. But, it was good for what it was. There wasn't anything bad, obviously, and it was just a really good hard-fought match. And then the Tag Team Championships for Raw, I was really not expecting Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to win. I thought this was going to be a one-off, and then they were going to build up to it maybe for WrestleMania, so I was surprised that they won. I thought this was a really good match, and I was not looking forward to it for some reason. But I think it's actually good to keep Ambrose and Rollins as a tag team. What else do you have going for them? They're both not going to be in the main event anymore. so keep them a tag team, and just the matches they could have with like the Revival and Cesaro and Sheamus and everybody. It's a good look, but I just felt bad for Cesaro and Sheamus because they were really growing on me as a team, and it was just very well done. Everything it felt like it was long, but not too long. And then so what else? Then I guess the Finn Balor Bray Wyatt thing. I was not looking forward to this match at all. I get the whole Bray Wyatt's the creepy guy, so they need to put the demon. It just wasn't for me. I'm not huge on Finn Balor. I respect Wyatt, but it's just like it's kind of grown stale now. And honestly, I probably checked my phone during this match. I watched, but I was like, I wasn't fully invested in it, and I was happy when it was over. And then the Jinder Mahal Shinsuke match. I was not really looking forward to this match. I was just hoping and hoping and hoping that Jinder Mahal would retain, and it wasn't the greatest match. I was also getting really tired at this point, and I just wanted to know what the outcome would be. I really didn't care about how the match was. I just didn't want him to take the belt off Jinder. The finish was crappy. They could have come up with a better way. Like every time, it's just the same finish for the Jinder matches. And they could have done something way better with it, but I was happy with the result. And then, excuse me, and so then the four-way, the main event. And I have to say, to me, out of even the Takeover and the SummerSlam, this was the best match, and it should be. It's the main event. Like, I remember back in the day watching all these big guys, and they could barely do anything. And these guys are so athletic, so incredible. They can do anything. They move around like cruiserweights, and it was the timing of everything was well done. They paced it out. They made sure there wasn't two big things going on at once, so you could see everything, you could digest it. It was just a heavyweight main event. It's so good that they actually have people now that it used to just be Brock Lesnar and maybe Big Show that were so believable, but now everyone worked their butts off in that match. They're all believable contenders. I had no idea who was going to win. I had no idea, and that was the best thing. I was really hoping for Braun, but then, obviously Brock Lesnar would have to lose if he'd lose the title. So I see like Braun getting the belt at like WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or something. He is so over. Braun is the most over wrestler in the whole company right now, I believe. Like, wow. But I really enjoyed. I try to just watch him as a fan now, and sometimes I miss the Raws or the NXTs before it and the SmackDowns, so I don't always know. I usually know the big things because when I go on social media, that's all I see, so it spoils it for me whether I want to or not. But I was really impressed, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to Raw, which probably has already started, but I'll watch it from the beginning and check it out. This has been episode 155 of The W.I.L.L.I.W Show. Remember, like, or you get a leg drop. Comment, or you get a clothesline. Subscribe, or you get a suplex. Let me know what you thought of the matches. I'm your host, Elian Habanero, Cuba.